Hi there, good evening. My name is Kyle Cahill, and I am your student's geometry teacher. I wanted to let you know a little bit about myself and then kind of take you through some things for this year and then give you a chance in a Google form to let me know what questions you have. So feel free to fill that out after. I will link it in our Schoology page just beneath this video. And yeah, let me know what I can do to help out your student and what questions that you have for me tonight or anytime throughout the year. Please reach out and let me know. So I will be teaching geometry for your students this year, and this is my first year here at Overland High School. It's my 14th year teaching, and so really looking forward to having a great year. My email address and phone number here at school are both listed right there, so feel free to reach out. The phone number there is my office number, and so I don't really get to see those messages until I have an off period, and so it might be easiest if you need me to email me, but whatever you prefer is fine by me. So some of the topics that we will be going over this year, our first unit are some kind of introductory tools to geometry, and then we'll get into some proofs with parallel and perpendicular lines in Unit 2. Unit 3, we will be looking at triangle properties. Unit 4, we'll be looking at congruency, specifically around triangles. And then Unit 5, we'll be doing some probability and statistics and some SAT, ACT kind of preparatory work kind of to end out the year there, or to end out the semester. Grades in our class, please, I will be updating them as soon as I can. I know that it is super frustrating if I'm not on top of that, so I will do my best. If you have any questions around a grade, please let me know. The one thing I would say, the biggest code to look for in PowerSchool is going to be this orange exclamation mark. If you see that, that means that that assignment was not done. Even if there is a score, we're not putting in, or at least I'm not putting in anything lower than a 50% this year. And so you might see some points awarded, but if you see that exclamation mark, if you see that orange icon in PowerSchool, you will know that that is an assignment that has not been done. Speaking a little more about grades, the grade in geometry is a weighted grade, and so there are percentage breakdowns. And so this is explained here in this table. The homework and classwork that gets graded, that will only be 5% of their grade this year. And so quizzes and tests are going to be the primary final product of their grade in the quarter. So any quizzes and tests, I've talked with your students in class about this. There will be opportunities for them to raise those scores. If they don't do as well as they want to on a quiz or a test, they will have opportunities to show me that they've learned that information and be able to raise those scores. So nothing in my grade book is going to be locked in until the end of the semester when we have to be submitting our grades. Until then, if they relearn something and can show me that they learned it, I want to make sure that their grade represents what they know. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Materials, the number one thing that your student will need is a 3-ring binder. There are a couple dollars at Target. If you need some help getting one of those, please let me know. I'd much rather your students get one so that they can keep track of the packet that we have that we'll be taking notes out of and doing practice problems from. They need to bring that with them every day. Also, the computer that they've been checked out, we will be using those from time to time. I haven't really been using them yet this year, but we will start using them as we are more and more confident that everyone has gotten one. Something to write with, and then something to write on. I've got a class set of calculators, so you don't feel like you have to go out and buy a calculator, but if they do have their own, they're certainly more than welcome to bring it. And we are always accepting tissues, pencils, or Clorox wipes in math classrooms. So if you have any of those laying around that you do not need, I'd be happy to take them off your hands. So how to get help in class, Schoology would be the first place. So I will be breaking down our class by week and then by day. And if your student is absent or if they're not understanding something, they can go in and they can see what we did in class. They can see some videos. So that would walk them through things and maybe make it, I don't know, sink in a little bit better. Have them go over their notes that they took in class. They can schedule a time to meet with me before or after school. Those would be by appointment. I just want to make sure that I don't have a meeting that overlaps with when they want to try and come in. I'm typically here by 7:30, but again, I have meetings, and so I would hate for your student to show up at 7:30 and then not be able to meet with me. So just have them talk with me beforehand. I'm happy to meet with them during lunch, during my off periods, which is 4th period every day, and then I'm also off during 2nd period on B days. You can also set up time for them to get some help during their Blazer 101 class period. If if they have that. That's typically just for freshmen. So if you're a sophomore, that probably wouldn't be an opportunity, but there are a few freshmen in the class, so they could use that. Schoology, again, you're going to log in through My Cherry Creek, go to that Schoology tile, and then find their courses, find the geometry class. I know this screenshot is for algebra, but it will look the same in our class. We'll break it down by quarter and then by week, and then they'll be able to find helpful videos. They'll be able to find extra practice, whatever they need to have. Contacting me, this is from our syllabus, but these are my off hours, my phone number. We'll also be using this Talking Points app as the year progresses, so you can register that. There will be, and students will have an opportunity to do this as well. There's this class code, and you can go to talkingpoints.org and type that in, and then I can send out like a text blast or an email blast when we have quizzes or tests coming up. I probably won't do it for all the quizzes, but for tests at least, I can let you know when those are happening. So I'll also post those things to Schoology, so you'll be able to keep in touch with that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Take a moment to review the syllabus if you can with your student, and there will be a form that you can fill out that will be just below this in Schoology to let me know if you have any questions right now. So looking forward to having a great year. If I can do anything to help your student throughout the year, please let me know. Thanks. Have a good evening. Bye. Good evening. My name is Kyle Cahill, and I am going to be your child's Algebra 1 teacher this year. Nice to meet you virtually. I want to go through tonight and just kind of let you know a little bit about myself and then how you can get in touch with me if you have any questions, a couple things about the class this year, and we'll look forward to having a great year. So my contact info is there. It's also on the Overlook website, kcahill@cherrycreekschools.org. That's probably the easiest way for you to get in touch with me. My office phone number is there as well, so you can feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions either tonight or if you have questions at any point throughout this year, just let me know. So a couple things we'll be working on this first semester in Algebra 1. Our first unit kind of reviews some of those pre-algebra skills, those things that we're going to be needing all year in algebra and then beyond in Algebra 2. So solving equations is a really big focus, and then we will move on into solving and graphing inequalities. And then we'll be looking at functions and function notation in Unit 3. Then we'll be graphing and writing equations for linear functions in Unit 4. And then in Unit 5, we'll be solving some systems of equations and inequalities. That can be a tricky thing, especially if that foundation in those first 4 units isn't really solid. Unit 5 can be a tricky one. So grades this year, I will do my best to keep things updated in PowerSchool as quickly as I can. Here is the one thing that I would let you know is that I'm not going to be putting anything, there won't be any zeros in my grade book this year. 50% will be the lowest score. That's kind of where we start, is at a 50. 10 points for each letter grade, so 10% for F, then 60 up to 69 is D's, and so on. So if you're wanting to know if students have completed work or not, the thing that you're going to want to look for in PowerSchool, if you click on the grade for my class in PowerSchool, it will give you a detailed for each assignment. And if you see this exclamation mark, you're looking for that orange exclamation mark. If you see that, that is an assignment that has not been done. So even if it's a 5 out of 10, if you see that orange exclamation point, you will know that it is incomplete. Apologies. I need to stand up and get my lights to turn back on. Technology is wonderful. Anyways, some of those other things, the PowerSchool codes, those are listed in PowerSchool, so you don't need to memorize all of those, but the orange exclamation point, that's the biggest one. If you're looking at their grade and wondering how that final number is calculated, the categories are weighted this year. So their skill work, anything that I assign for homework or classwork that gets graded, that will all go in and just be 5% of their grade. And then the quizzes and tests, quizzes will represent 35%, tests will be 50%, and then their final at the end of the semester, each semester will be 10% of their final grade. I want their grade to represent what they know and what they can show me that they understand. And we really get that from the quizzes and tests and not from that practice time. That being said, and I've talked with students about this in class, almost no scores in my gradebook are permanent and rigid and unable to be changed. If students don't do as well as they want to on a quiz or a test, they will have opportunities to relearn it, to show me that they've learned it, and then I will change their grade to make sure that it reflects their level of understanding. So if they take a test and they get a D, they'll have a way to be able to retake that test or earn some of those points back by showing me that they understand the work. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Again, at any time this year, please let me know. Materials, the biggest thing that students will need every day is their 3-inch binder. Sorry, 3-hole, 3-ring binder, a 1-inch 3-ring binder. That will have their notes and their packet that we're going to be working out of. We'll be using it almost every day. So if they haven't gotten a binder yet for my class, they're a couple bucks at Target. If you have trouble getting one, please let me know, and I'll do my best to help out. Other than that, their computer that they've been checked out, something to write with, and we have a class set of calculators, so please don't feel like you have to go out and buy a calculator for my class. But if they do have their own calculator, they're certainly more than welcome to bring it. We are always in need of tissues and pencils in classrooms, especially math classrooms. Clorox wipes, if you have any of those and you don't need them and you're willing to donate them, happy to take them off your hands. So thanks. How to get help in Schoology. There will be notes videos posted. I will keep what we've done in class in there. So if your student misses a day and they want to know what we've done, they can catch up there in Schoology. They can also schedule a time to meet with me outside of class, before school, after school, and during lunch. Those I would say would all be by appointment. I just want to make sure that I don't have a meeting that overlaps. I would hate for a student to come and meet with me at 7:30 and for me to be in a meeting and not be able to touch base with them. So just have them touch base with me before they come in and do that. My off periods are also a time that would be available if they're able to do that. Second period on B days, and second period on B days, fourth period on A day and B day. They can always reach out to me via email as well. And then that Blazer 101 time will be an opportunity for us to work together and meet with them as well. So Schoology, your students should be pretty familiar with this by now, but they'll log in with My Cherry Creek, go to that Schoology tile, find their courses, and then algebra will be broken down by unit, then by week and by day, and I'll make it as easy as I can for them to navigate and find the things that they need to find. I'll also be posting important dates on there. So like when we have a test coming up, I'll put that on the Schoology calendar. And I will do my best to keep that updated. So let me know if you have any questions. If you're trying to navigate Schoology and having difficulty, happy to help. My contact information, this is on our syllabus as well. The only thing that I wanted to point out here that we haven't really talked about is this Talking Points app, which we will use as this year kind of continues. If you go to talkingpoints.org, if you get this app, we have a class code, and then I can kind of send out a blast via text or email and let people know, students, parents, when tests are coming up, and things like that. So definitely encourage you to register for that if you can or if you care to. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, either tonight or for the rest of the year, please reach out to me. Like I said, it is my first year at Overland, so I might have to reach out to someone else to get them answered, but I'm happy to do that for you if I can, if it's not math specific. If you have a chance to review the syllabus with your student, please do. And other than that, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I will post a Google form that is very short just to get some feedback from you for tonight. So it will be posted right underneath this link. And if you could take a couple minutes to fill that out, I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great year, and I am looking forward to a fun year with your students. As always, let me know if I can do anything to help and support them. Have a great one. Bye.